Okay, day one. Oh man. So, we started at 10 a.m. and I'm gonna split the day up into there was orientation, which is orientation. And then the day was split up into 3 parts. And I'm gonna label them beginner's luck, and then absolute failure and frustration, and then skill, right? So today all we did was kite. Literally all we did today was kiting. And so after orientation we went down to the beach, we got our gliders, we got our kiting harnesses, and we basically just learned how to clip in, grab our A's, pull the glider up. And at the very beginning of the day there wasn't a whole lot of wind, so we ended up just running. We did forwards, and I'll put a video here. So what you're seeing here is I'm getting my A's ready, and then I just run forward, and I got a little bit of lift, and you just run and run and run and run, and then you run out of room, and so you flip backwards and let the glider fall back down. And then it's this big long process to pull the thing and make what's called a rosette, which is when the wing is all in one little bundle, walk it back to the top of the beach and do it all over again. So we did that for the first half of the day. Then we went and had pizza, and I was doing pretty well. I was getting to the point where I was kind of under the wing and everything was doing fine. Then we went and had pizza, and then we came back. And when we came back there was more wind, which was good. We went and did reverse launches. So what we were doing then was we were kind of pulling back, we were creating a wall, and then we would yank the glider up and get it to the point where it was kind of overhead. And I was actually doing really well at this. I'll put a video in here of me doing it, and what you're seeing is I pull the wing up, I kind of struggle a little bit, and then I'm good. I'm clean, I'm just kind of flying the wing. And what you can see is I'm kind of just under it, hanging out, flying the wing, making sure it doesn't go the wrong way. Every time it moves, I just dip and make sure that I get it back, and then dip again and make sure I get it back. And then at the end of the video, I slam it on the ground. So, but basically, that was beginner's luck, right? I don't want to say beginner's luck, I'm pretty decent at knowing where my body is and how my body's moving and understanding that kind of stuff, so I won't call it totally beginner's luck, but it was a little bit of that. And then following that, I don't know what it was, but I got to a point, I think I was tired and I was a little dehydrated, so I got to this point where it wasn't happening. I was doing what I thought was the same thing, and I would pull the glider up and it'd slam back on the ground. I'd pull the glider up again and it'd slam back on the ground, and obviously after 4 or 5 times of that, you're just tired because you're having to flip the wing over, get all the sand out, or any of that. So I took a break, I had some Gatorade, and I sat there for 20-30 minutes, and I visualized it. So I would go through it in my head, and at one point I actually went, and I didn't even have the glider or the thing connected. I just ran up and down the beach practicing what I was taught to do. And then after that 30-minute break, I jumped back on the glider and I was able to get it up and leave it up, and to the point where I was pretty confident that I could just sit there and fly it for an hour. I was getting the right pressure, I was able to fly the wing left and right, and it was to the point where the instructor came over and said, drop your toggles, and so we dropped the toggles and you were doing just line steering with your fingers. And that's kind of where you wanted to be at the end of the day. So I think I did pretty well. I'm pretty happy with the fact that I was able to get to the point that I was today. The instructor said I have some natural talent, which is good. I always like when I have natural talent. So hopefully tomorrow, it sounds like we're going to do a little more ground school. a little less time on our feet. Today was 6-8 hours of just running up and down the beach, which is really hard, but fun. So tomorrow it sounds like we do a little more ground school. We are going to go fly off the grassy knoll, which sounds like fun. It's this little 5-foot berm. So we'll do a forward launch, jump off that knoll and kind of fly it down, and work on our landings, it sounds like. So we'll get a little bit of air time, it sounds like, not a ton. Just fly it off the knoll, fly down 5 feet, land it, and then hike back up, I guess. So yeah, it was fun. Apparently Max had a meltdown today, so I gotta say thank you to my wife because she handles him and she's great at it. So that's it for today. We'll do another one tomorrow. I will leave this video with a minute-long video of the instructor doing some incredibly cool stuff with the glider. You can see him he's able to do whatever he wants, make the wing do whatever he wants, and it's awesome, and I hope I get to that point soon. So that's it. I'll come back tomorrow and it'll be more fun. Okay, cool. Thanks everybody.